clickbait headlines are important when it comes to native ads because we are reaching out to a completely cold audience and we want to have a low cost per mil, a low CPM in the beginning. So if you want to have success with Taboola and Outbrain, then we have to create clickbaity headlines for a low CPM. And in this video, we will speak about clickbait headlines, how you create them, and how with the power of ChatGPT and AI, you can create them even more easier than ever before. Hi everyone, my name is Marcel Sattler. I'm the founder of PurpleBlack, a native advertising only agency. What we're doing on a daily basis is we run performance marketing campaigns on native advertising traffic sources like Taboola, Outbrain, MJD, Ref Content, and many, many more. And before we dig into the topic, into the hands-on part of this video, I want to give you a bit of background information why clickbaity headlines are so common when it comes to native ads and why they are still important. So when it comes to native ads, many people are worried about in the beginning about the CPC, about the cost per click. But basically in the beginning, when you start a campaign from scratch, when you start with a completely new account, then it's more important to have a low CPM, a low cost per mil. So basically what you want to do is you want to reach as many people as possible, as cheap as possible. Just keep in mind, we don't want to reach out here to junk traffic. We want to have good traffic, but we want to reach a lot of people with just a very small amount of money. That's the challenge in the beginning. And how we do this, how we can ensure this. First of all, it's important to understand here that native advertising is usually very broad. So you start very broad and then you narrow down the funnel. There's no real working targeting. Your targeting basically in the beginning is the headline and the image, like the ad together. That's your targeting. That's also the reason why you see sometimes, hey, if you're born between X and Y, then this, or you should check out this, or you're eligible for a discount, whatever. That's the reason, because that's the targeting, because those advertisers who run these kind of ads, they don't want to get a 30-year-old guy from, I don't know, Pennsylvania in there, but they want you, if you're between, I don't know, 65 and 73, then you should click here. And that's the reason why you should also use your headline and of course the image as kind of targeting here. And why it's not important to be clickbaity. Look, the reason is simple. People are in the moment of next. So people are reading, or people finish to read a newspaper article and then they scroll down at the bottom of a page. And then they look, okay, what other topics are there? Where should I click? So we have to win the attention. The ad has one job. And this is to sell the click, to give the prospect here, to give the person here behind the screen a reason why he or she should click exactly on your ad. Because usually in this grid, like from Taboola or Outbrain, and it's usually not just native ads, but also organic content from the newspaper website is there visible. So your job is here as a marketer, as an advertiser, to sell the first click. And yes, therefore you have to be specific, like target the audience. Don't say in general you can win here 10,000 USD if it's just for a very small amount of people. And that's the first thing, because then you will get clicks, but afterwards they will not convert. So that's the one thing. And the other side, you have to be clickbaity in order to catch the attention here at this moment of next. How you create this kind of ads? Look, it's very easy. Thanks to ChatGPT, it's even easier than ever before to create good headlines. So don't say that ChatGPT or any AI tool is replacing your creativity, but I know also out of my experience, and I speak a lot of people, that it's very hard for them to create something out of nothing, you know? It's usually way easier for the majority of people out there to create a baseline, for example, with ChatGPT, and then build their creativity on it on top. That's the easier way for the majority of people out there, besides of creating something totally from scratch. And here ChatGPT can help you definitely. Long story short, let's jump on my screen to show you a very easy, understandable sample how this can look like. So the first prompt here is super easy. Write 10 clickbait headlines up to 60 characters each around the reasons people are buying barefoot shoes with the intent of using them for advertising on Taboola. So before we press enter here, I want to explain you why we put these things there, how they are. First of all, 10 clickbait headlines. You can also put 20, 30, 50, whatever, but usually 10 is a good amount of start with, because then you have a selection, but it's not way too much. It's not overwhelming. Up to 60 characters is therefore important, because if you have more than 60 characters, it might not be visible. So you should always keep in mind to keep your headlines as short as possible. The shorter, the better here, because with this, you can ensure that they're almost on every website out there visible. And yeah, here I just put the reasons people are buying barefoot shoes. So this is just the topic I choose. You can also put something else like CBD gummies, solar, lead gen, whatever, it doesn't matter. This is just the topic with the intent of using them for advertising on Taboola. So therefore, to give ChatGPT already the right intention here for what you want to use it. And after we click the enter button here, you see already 10, and they're not so bad samples here, like 10 concrete headlines you could use. You won't believe why barefoot shoes are a game changer. Doctors shocked with the benefit of barefoot shoes. Why everyone switching to barefoot shoes in 2024. I mean, this is, for example, a good headline. Why everyone is switching to barefoot shoes in 2024. Top 5 reasons barefoot shoes are taking over. It's honestly, the last two, they were pretty good headlines. However, based on our experience, it's usually way better, especially on a scale, to catch people one step before, because here it's already advertising the product itself, barefoot shoes. And yes, you can do this. And yes, sometimes you get very good results with this strategy. However, on a scale, it usually makes more sense to start with the advertising one step before, like one step above, if we look on a funnel perspective here. So what I mean by this is that, hey, a little break here. I need your help. We do this channel because we want to support the native advertising community out there. If you haven't done it yet, I would extremely appreciate if you give me a like on this video and write down in the comments what's your biggest pain in the ass about native ads so far. This will help us to get more visibility and of course to create more valuable content for you. Thank you very much. Here it's the same ChatGPT window, but here we wrote a new prompt, write 10 new headlines, but don't mention the product. Because this is a strategy we are using in the majority of cases, not to mention the product in the headline. And the reason here is simple. We just want to sell the first click. We want to put more curiosity inside, that people have to check out the editorial and they have to read the editorial without mentioning the product here directly. Because the issue here is also when people are reading this product over and over again, and if it's a trend, like for example now with barefoot shoes, then they're not so aware, or they go on Amazon because they have their account and it's super convenient for them to check out barefoot shoes on Amazon. It's secure, it's Amazon Prime, it's next to delivery. So you have all the benefits here. So you do compete with all the big players, like for example Amazon. And that's exactly what we want to avoid. Therefore, we usually also avoid to mention the product here in the headline already, because we want to catch their attention here. And then we want to convince them in the editorial. We want to tell them exactly the reason why it makes sense to buy our barefoot shoes instead of the other ones on Amazon because of A, B, C, D, then we can give them the reasons. But this is pretty important here to understand. So let's see what ChatGPT is giving us here. You won't believe what's transforming foot health. Doctors shocked by this simple footwear trend. Okay, this, for example, I would not recommend to use because it's like doctor shocked. This is based on the policy the platforms, the native advertising platforms have. It might be a problem. It will not get approved. Why everyone is switching to this footwear in 2024. Nice. Top 5 reasons this shoe trend is taking over. Also nice. Revolutionize your feet with new trend. The secret to healthier feet. Also nice. But instead of feet, this is going straight to the feet. And therefore I mentioned it's a good baseline, but you do need still creativity. You do need still a human brain here to make it excellent, to leverage here the outcome. What I mean by this is, of course, we can mention here the healthier feet, but who cares about the feet? The minority of people, they have problems with their feet. But the majority of people, they have problems with their back, with their spine, with, I don't know, with something else, which is also causing, for example, a wrong posture or a wrong shoe wear. So imagine now that you play this game further. Like, okay, but now mention it, for example, with my approach, which I want to use, which is back pain. And this is then how you set up and how you can come closer and closer. So how we usually set up campaigns is pretty simple. We use usually multiple different approaches. So one approach can be back pain. Here with the same product, it's still footwear, it's still a barefoot shoe, but with the approach back pain. Why barefoot shoes are the right product for you? in case you have back pain, or for seniors. When you're over 65, you should definitely check out these barefoot shoes. It's a game changer. Next approach. And this is how we have 2, 3, 4 approaches to test also different audiences. Because as mentioned in the beginning, there is no real legit targeting out there. However, there are different audiences on the platforms and you can target them when you speak about their problem or when you be relevant for them. For example, if you are speaking about the age scope here, if you're over 65, this is relevant for you. Then people who are 35, they're usually not affected or they will just skip it, Or if you don't have back pain and you mentioned back pain in the headline, then it's very likely that just people with back pain click into the ad. And this, on a very superficial level, is how you can set up a clickbait ad when it comes to native advertising. I hope you like this video here. If so, I would extremely appreciate if you give me a thumbs up. And of course, when you subscribe to my channel here and activate the bell to receive an update when I upload a new video about native ads here on YouTube. Have a good one. See you next time.